I have made it to New York City, and while I was in the air, a 49ers update-worthy piece of news. Tashaun Gipson Sr., the safety, is about to turn 34 years old, not currently rostered by the 49ers, but he is suspended for the first 6 games of the 2024 season. According to Adam Schefter of ESPN, Gipson tested positive for an illegal performance-enhancing substance. This news very obviously pertains to the 49ers because at least earlier this offseason, they were interested in bringing Gipson back. I talked to John Lynch at the NFL owners meetings in Orlando, and Lynch said that he had been in contact with Tashaun Gipson. This was around the same time that the 49ers hosted Rayshawn Jenkins and Julian Blackmon on visits. Now, Jenkins signed with the Seahawks, and Blackmon signed with the Colts. We know that Jenkins was offered a contract by the 49ers, so they've been interested in adding a veteran safety, and when Lynch said they'd been in contact with Tashaun Gipson, it seemed very possible that Gipson might be somebody that they bring back. I would not rule the 49ers bringing Gipson back even after this news, and here's why. Since he's suspended for the first 6 games of this season, he can't just sign with the 49ers and expect a starting position. So this could be an ideal situation to add Tashaun Gipson to the practice squad. And I think the 49ers are trying to modernize their safety position regardless. Remember that after they hosted those 2 free agents, after news of their contact with Gipson came to be, the 49ers drafted Malik Mustafa out of Wake Forest. And I mean, he looks like a ready-made player as far as being built like a ball of muscle, somebody that's played a ton of positions, really versatile in college. So I think they might want to integrate Mustafa as a third safety this year. And then the question really becomes, will Talanoa Hufanga be ready to go by week 1? When we talked to Hufanga about a month ago, he did say that his goal was to be ready, back in uniform, starting in week 1. He might not be good to go for the very start of training camp, but if he's back by week 1, he's paired with Jair Brown, who obviously had a good season last year. The 49ers could be set at that 1-2 spot at safety with Malik Mustafa rotating in as that third safety, maybe getting progressively more playing time as the season continues. George Odom, the special teams ace, he can also give you some snaps in a pinch at safety. So I don't think that adding a veteran is mandatory because a lot has changed over the last couple months. Obviously with Hufanga's recovery going well and with Malik Mustafa being added into the mix. But if the 49ers are still inclined to add a player at the position, Gipson might be that guy that could just start the season on the practice squad. He's still allowed to practice over the 6 weeks that he's suspended. He's still allowed to take part in training camp. And this is a guy with 30-plus career interceptions, one of the NFL active leaders in picks, who was a great mentor to the younger safeties, to somebody like to Talanoa Hufanga over the past couple years, who I think the 49ers would actually like to have back. And now you can get him back at the minimum, maybe even a practice squad salary for the first 6 weeks, and you could still get that benefit. So I don't think that this right here is the worst news at all for the 49ers, since they were already at least semi-heading in a different direction at safety anyway. I think the operative question here is, does Tashaun Gipson want to continue playing? Because it wasn't clear to me that was the case when John Lynch talked about speaking with him and staying in contact with him a couple of months ago. But if he wants to continue playing, 49ers might be able to leverage this situation into a good veteran body on the practice squad at the safety position. And hey, if they want to take a bigger swing, somebody like Justin Simmons is still out there. Simmons and Tashaun Gipson, both of these guys have over 30 career interceptions, which is nothing to scoff at. Both of them on the wrong side at 30 years old. Gipson a little bit older now that he's got this baggage as well. But you have to look at this strategically, and I'm sure that the 49ers are going to do that. All right, off to dinner here in New York. We'll talk to everybody really soon.